Oh my goodness. Okay. Hey, how's it going? I just wanted to go over. Farmer John was out here today, which is a blessing because he really, really knows his stuff. And so we went and walked the property. I'm gonna turn this around. And goodness. And I'm still learning on here, so maybe I won't show you the property, but went and walked the property, and we pulled up the survey and everything, and we wrote up the beginnings of planning what this little homestead, this little urban garden is going to look like. And so I wanted to share because I'm going to go through this whole thing. Maybe I should go around this way. And this is what you guys get to witness. So, and this is, my daughter's laughing at me in the background.
No, I'm not laughing at
Oh, maybe she's not laughing at me. So this is my house. And this will be, this is like my driveway. And this will be a little lean-to turn into a greenhouse. And this will be my first zone. This is a patio, so this is concrete. And I'll do another video where I actually walk the property at another time. It's raining and really cold right now, hence the fireplace. So I'm not gonna do that. But so one of the things he suggested was I go ahead and on the patio build some little boxes here. There's a basketball hoop here, so there won't be the boxes, and along the other side of the patio where I could put, I don't know, maybe some herbs or flowering plants and everything, just to kind of edge the patio. And then this will be where he suggested I go ahead and make goals each year, and I got to figure out a budget, how much I'm going to be able to spend each year. So, for example, year one, maybe I'll do 3 beds, which I think I might actually do more. But so we'll start off with some beds here and right here, so that he had a really good idea, so that I have a line of sight right out my back door from pretty much in the house. I want a little above ground, nothing fancy, maybe like one of the little Walmart above ground pools. They're not too expensive. And now that we have a backyard, that would be really nice for the kids. And also, after I'm done doing all this, I'm gonna be hot, so it's gonna be nice in the summertime to have that. And then he highly suggested at some point, you know, I'm maybe want to get a swing set or something for the little one, Bella. So keeping this open and just leaving that for a play area right now. Later, maybe a swing set, and we'll see how that plays out. So the center of the yard is going to be more our entertainment, playing, you know, kids playing, if we have guests, whatever. And then this will be where I put some of my first raised beds. And along my fence line, I'm going to do some little mounds going down and continue it around. And probably I'll put, this is how he suggested doing those, compost soil, and then heavily mulch. He said I need to mulch everything because I do work a lot. So one of the things we were talking about is how can I make this something that is attainable for me in my life. And one of the things was making sure I mulch everything. So I mentioned that at some point I'm gonna wanna do pumpkins. So we went over that, and right here I have a shed in the backyard. So next to that, I think, is where the compost pile is gonna go. And so that's gonna be really good. I actually, Farmer John gave me some cabbage and kale and the little outskirt leaves and stuff already set aside. I'm gonna start doing that right now before I get the pallets and everything I need to do that. And some of the things he drew out like a little sketch. The greenhouse is actually, in my mind, I thought that was going to be horribly expensive. It was unattainable, but the way he broke it down, yeah, it's gonna hurt. But I can actually do it. I'm gonna be able to do this greenhouse and probably this summer. So he told me to go ahead and think about things like, do I want it heated or unheated? He suggested maybe getting like a little solar panel and make it so that it automatically vents. Again, going back to I work. I carry on a job. I raise 2 kids. So I had to go to work. I can't just garden all day, even though I'd like to. But yeah, so the automatic venting, something I've never heard of before. I gotta look that up. But what it will, once the greenhouse hits a certain temperature, the vents will open, and if it goes below a certain temperature, these vents will close. So I don't have to be here, monitoring that. It's gonna kind of to a point take care of itself. So, and then I need to think about what I'm gonna do in the greenhouse. Am I gonna grow on both sides? Do I need table space where I'm most definitely gonna be doing seedlings in there. So I need, for sure, at least part of it's gonna have to be table space for the seedlings, and then the other half, this is gonna extend my growing season, along with eventually I'll do in the fall, through the winter, some hoop houses on these. It's easy enough. God, we went over a lot. So, and then there was a lot. He was gonna come on here with me, and we were gonna go over things and see if anyone had questions of their own for what they're I'm gonna turn this back around, what they're doing in their own place or whatnot. But he ended up, with this cold weather coming in, I think that's what it is, because I get them too. He ended up with a awful migraine. He had to run on home, which is good because the weather did drop. The temperature did drop, and I don't want him driving on like freezing roads. So I'll just turn this now that I figured it out. Don't mind my yard. It's kind of, but you can see there's a fair amount of space back there. And then I have a side yard. What I'm doing now is reading this book that he gave me. Well, he didn't give it to me, he's loaning me. So I'm kind of flipping back and forth between, so this is to do with permaculture. And so the idea, what I'm gathering so far, is having everything kind of work together the way nature would have it. I keep doing that and covering the camera. Kind of planting the garden. Let me show you the cover again, because I think the cover kind of explains it. So all this is growing, and there's, that the soil is rich. There's beneficial insects to combat the nasty insects that you don't want. There's like an ecosystem going on in the soil. There's life in here, and when you do it the way that nature intends it, as much as you can, this is what I'm gathering so far, then it's just gonna be better. So I'll touch on that more. I haven't gotten very far in the book. And so I just want to, I'm going to show y'all, I'm doing a recipe and I'll post it if I can figure out how in the comments. I've done these recipes for a while, but I was going to do chicken and dumplings. But now I'm doing chicken adobo. And there's my kale. Oh, he also had me bring in, I got some live oak acorns because I want to try to grow them and just see how that goes. And he was like, you need to bring those in so they don't freeze. You don't have them planted yet. But there I have the kale. There's the cabbage. Oops. That he grew. He's awesome. And just post your questions or comments, or rooting me on, because this is my dream and I'm living it, and it's great. I'm very excited for the season to come. I'm ready for, well, I'll say I'm ready for winter to be over and be growing, but I'm not, because I have a huge task. I have homework. I have this book to read, and I need to get the materials together for the greenhouse, which is not as difficult. That is something I thought would be hard to do, but I guess I just need some wood, and we'll build a frame, door frames. And the rest of it, there's some type of plastic that you pin on there, and that's it. Who would have thought? This is great. I'm so stoked. I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed. I'm gifted with somebody with years of knowledge and experience to be kind enough to help in this dream, and I'm grateful. Thank you. So I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna get off here, and I hope you enjoyed this video.